Good morning. Today is Wednesday, the 16th of January, 2013. Here's all the news that's worth talking about in Panama today. The headline on La Prensa is the fact that today is the 16th of January, and it's been 60 days or 2 months since the disappearance of Vernon Ramos Lopez. This was the guy who was the analyst for the Superintendent of Market Securities, and the fact of the matter is that he's been gone for 2 months. He disappeared right in the middle of this Financial Pacific scandal, which involved Petequilla, the Superintendent of Market Securities, and it was his job to do the analysis, and then that analysis was the basis for the action that was being taken against Financial Pacific. So, right in the middle of all that, he disappeared off the face of the planet. Don't know if he was abducted, if he ran away somewhere, if he committed suicide. It's not known what happened to this guy, and it's not, well, I don't know who's investigating it or what's going on, but the simple fact of the matter is that he's been gone now for 2 months. Okay, there is, popping over to the Panama America, the Panama Canal spends $200 million on maintenance every year. There is a maintenance conference that's going on in Panama this week with representatives from the United States, Chile, Costa Rica, Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, Uruguay, and they are, industry guys, big industry guys that are comparing notes on things having to do with maintenance. Now, this is the amount of money that is being spent on maintenance in the current Panama Canal in the current size that it's in right now, in the current configuration. Obviously, once that's expanded, that number will increase, and then of course all of that money, or the vast majority of it, is spent right here in Panama. So it's not like it's evaporating. It's going into the economy, and it goes into the pockets of the workers, and it buys supplies, and it's also part of the Panamanian economy, but it's spent on maintenance. So anyway, there you go. There's a number there. Okay, sad news this morning. A friend of mine, Peluca, he's a drummer in a rock band. He died this morning at dawn. He's been fighting leukemia for about a year now or more. He was a great guy. He was a good friend of mine, and I used to hang out with him. He would play, him and Pitongo and other friends would play in a rock band, and I would hang out and watch him on a regular basis. So it's sad to see that Peluca has passed away. Rest in peace. Okay, popping over to La Crítica. The firemen are trying to force the government to pay them more money. Apparently, they've already negotiated a raise. They're supposed to have this raise coming. But then they went on strike, and then the government said they were going to talk to them. So then they sat down and talked, and now these guys are saying they weren't talks. They were just, the government was imposing their positions on them. They're supposed to be getting these raises. They were supposed to be implemented already, but the government didn't give the money to the fire department, so it wasn't properly managed. And now they're saying instead of the $100 raise all at one shot happening right now, they're going to give them like $50 a year, a month more next year, and then another year after that. And these guys are like, you know what, screw this. So they're talking about going on strikes and hunger strikes, and doing all of this stuff to raise awareness to their wants and desires. And what they want and what they desire is just to have the pay raise. It's already been promised to them, implemented and funded. So they'll probably get that before too long. Okay. The operations, the traffic operations of the National Police is saying that they are going to implement this return, 2 lanes returning from the interior every Sunday afternoon during the summertime. Now, this starts at Quesos Chela in Capira, and it will go to La Espiga in La Chorrera. Basically, what that is, it's a piece of highway where it's normally 2 lanes in each direction, and what they're doing is they're creating a better flow of traffic from the interior into Panama City. They know that during the summertime, everybody bails out of the city and goes to the interior, so they're trying to make it easier to return. They did this operation last week. Apparently, they like the way it worked out. It's going to be for 4 hours from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Starting at Quesos Chela on Sunday afternoons. So it should be easier to get back to the city from the interior if that's what you want to do. Now, Here's an interesting story. It seems that they're floating the trial balloons to have the First Lady, the wife of President Ricardo Martinelli. Her name is Marta Linares de Martinelli. It seems that there are more and more trial balloons being floated to have her run as the presidential candidate for the Cambio Democrático Party. That might be their best bet at winning an election. Constitutionally speaking, she would not be prohibited from running, even though she is the wife of the current president. It would be kind of a backdoor way to keep Ricardo Martinelli in power. And if that has been the plan for months, this would perfectly explain why the Cambio Democrático doesn't have any real serious political candidate who could have a chance of winning. That if this has been Ricardo Martinelli's plan since day one, then here it comes. And now here on the morning news, there's the state spokesman Camacho saying, "We're not going to rule that out." Now, guess what? That not ruling it out around here basically means it's a done deal. So there you go. That'll probably happen before too long. Don't be surprised when it does. And I know that there's some guys, some of you out here that have been sending me messages and emails and comments about that for a long time. And I've kind of been blowing it off going, well, I don't think so. But then guess what? All of a sudden, here it comes. Okay, now, speaking about, you remember the firemen were going to go on strike. Well, then there's another group of people that are also going to go on strike if they don't get a raise. The guys who drive the metro buses. They're now getting paid $550 a month, and they want $800. And they're threatening to go on strike if they don't get their raise. And, well, we'll see how that one works out. I suspect in the end they'll get some kind of a raise, but I doubt that they'll get $800 a month. Okay, over to the Dia Dia. There was a fire in a warehouse, or not a warehouse, a store on Transismica last night. Started in a dressing room. Firemen showed up, knocked it down with dry chem fire extinguishers. Okay, and then politics again. The current housing minister, Jose Domingo Arias, has thrown his hat into the ring, and he will be a candidate for the Cambio Democrático primaries, which will be coming up in May. Okay, that's it. I'm out. I'm done. That's all the news it's worth talking about today, Wednesday, the 16th of January, 2013. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.